Hi guys, yep, you're not seeing things. The 5 Series has gone electric with the all-new i5. Now we love the BMW 5 Series because it's an executive saloon, as sporty like the 3 Series, yet luxurious like the 7 Series, and has that followed through in the new generation of EVs. The all-new i5 comes in two different specifications. We have the G60 eDrive, which starts at £73,000, and the M60, which starts at £96,000. And I mean, the clue's in the badge. The M divisions have managed to get their hands onto this one. But what else are the differences? The G60 eDrive has a rear-mounted electric motor. Now this gives us 335 brake horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, and a 0 to 62 time of just 6 seconds. Now the WLTP range is coming in at 361 miles. Whereas the M60 has an additional front motor. Now this gives us an extra 257 brake horsepower and a total of 605 pound-feet of torque. That equates to a 0 to 62 time of just 3.8 seconds and a WLTP range of just 320 miles. Both cars have an 81.2 kilowatt-hour battery and can charge up to 205 kilowatts. Now, if you can find a charger that fast, 10 to 80% will take you less than 30 minutes.
The 5 Series has been around since 1972, with the i5 being the 8th generation. It is easily recognisable as the 5 Series, and everything is designed for style and function. Even sporty aprons for exhaust would have been to reduce drag. The M60 just takes that style to the next level with that M DNA. You get 20-inch alloys and standard red caliper, iconic M wing mirrors and a sporty silhouette. It is a car that we know and love, and the 8th generation has done 1972 a modern justice.
As expected with an electric car, they're not particularly light, coming in at 2.2 tonnes. Now you'll notice the black skirts down the side, and this is because the car's actually slightly higher to accommodate for the battery packs. I think it does a pretty good job of hiding the weight. But my favourite difference between these two cars has to be the grilles. Yes, BMW have changed the grilles to be much bigger, but actually on the i5 it really suits the car, and especially on the M60 where they've blacked it out with a more aggressive styling. I mean, that's what an M car's all about.
But what about the interior?
I wouldn't expect anything less from a BMW interior. I mean, everything just screams luxury and quality. There's attention to detail on everything, and it's very driver's focused, especially with the driver display and the infotainment system. Although my only complaint is the lack of physical buttons. There's touchscreens on your heaters, everything here is almost a button, but not quite. And the same with the steering wheel.
In both cars, the attention to detail is incredible. Nothing is gonna miss.
The same applies for the M60, but the biggest difference I've noticed is just a sportier M steering wheel. As a previous M2 owner, it was one of my favourite things, and this one, just next level.
The simplest way to tell the difference is the red stripe, but you'll also find iconic M seatbelts, and the text on the display is changed to the M font.
If you're looking for a 5 Series, you most likely need to use the back seats, and you wouldn't be disappointed. This is so comfortable that the luxury has really followed through. You've got 4 different USB-C charging points, the same pattern seats as the front, which, may I add, are so comfortable. I would just be happy being chauffeured around in here.
To add to the practicality, you'll find a huge 490-litre boot, which is also electric, making things a little bit easier.
The coolest feature out of everything though is, hey BMW, take a selfie.
Great. Say cheese in 3, 2, 1.
Cheese!
Not the most flattering angle, but cool nonetheless. There is also a gaming section where you can scan a QR code to connect your phone as the controller and even play as a family. It's the perfect way to stay entertained whilst charging.
Now we've got the important stuff out the way, like how to take a selfie in these cars. Let's actually get back on track to the reason you guys are probably watching this video. How do they drive? I'm going to save the best for last and start with the G60 eDrive. Before we actually get driving, I want to talk about the modes. So the first thing I went into, of course, to find where the sport was. And there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different modes. You've got personal, which it was originally in, sport, where of course everything turns red as we expect, efficient, which has like a watery, silky kind of look to it. Then we have
expressive, which I don't know if you can hear, but it gives, oh wow, it's changed the lights. Oh wow, that's the ambient lighting, okay. There's so much to this car that something new keeps popping up. The ambient lighting is a really cool feature, and that's what's changing with the modes as well, as this classical kind of sound, if you can hear it. So if I do relaxing, it changes again, and this time it's like a light sandy blue. Oh wow. Digital art. And now it's got like purple. Oh, I love the purple.
It is everything I've expected of a 5 Series. It's so easy to drive, it's comfortable. It actually doesn't feel like that big of a car, being a step up from the 3 Series. It's just a really nice place to be, and you can see why they are the first choice as an executive saloon, and in terms of company cars, and if you're doing a lot of motorway miles, it fits the bill so well. And now with this new electrified generation with the i5, they've kept everything from the initial 5 Series and just made it even better, and with an electric motor. The G60 eDrive has the M Sport suspension as standard. Now this is actually 8mm lower and stiffer, yet it's soaking up all the bumps so easily. Things like stopping and starting at traffic lights, town driving, motorways, it's ticking all the boxes because it takes off so smoothly. In terms of regenerative braking, it's not too harsh, but it's enough that you can really negotiate with it. But as we pull onto a dual carriageway, let's see what that instant torque is all about. Safe to say, does not slouch around at all. Got to remember as well, this is the lower horsepower, lower torque version, the G60. So I'm actually very, very curious to see what the extra motor is going to be like in the M60, because that alone is way more than enough power than anybody's going to need. Whilst we are cruising, it is quiet, it is comfortable, the car's very, very easy to drive, it almost drives itself. The i5 is showing a really exciting future for BMW, because the way the world's going with electric cars, digitalisation, and the innovation in this is making for actually quite an exciting future. I feel like a roundabout is the perfect test for handling, because you are just putting it under constant strain. But look at that, there's very minimal body roll. It feels very settled, very comfortable. The steering is very sharp. It feels like the car's communicating very well to you as a driver. And even though this weighs 2.2 tons, it doesn't feel like it. It handles it very well, and you can tell the design and innovation has been very well thought through, and in terms of driving experience, which is nice that it's not an electric car that's aiming for the best range or this, that, the other. Its main goal is to make you as a driver happy and enjoy being out on the roads, which sometimes can be quite a struggle. There we have it. That is the G60 eDrive. So now we know a little bit more about what to expect from the i5 in general. It's time to head into the M60 and have a little bit of fun.
I may be a tad excited.
The main differences we're going to notice with the M60 is obviously the power, the dual motor, the eDrive, and the different suspension. Everything else in terms of how it's driver focused, the innovation, the technology, is going to be around about the same. So to get a fair view of this M60, I'm going to put it into sport. I've just noticed there's a boost button, like a flappy paddle on the left that says boost. What happens when I press that? So when you press the boost button, you get a activation of 10 seconds of extra power. So you instantly feel the accelerator pedal almost go lighter, in the sense that a little bit of a press is going to give you that bigger boost. One difference I have actually noticed, just kind of getting out of where we were, is the steering does feel a little bit heavier, as expected with an M model, I suppose, but it's making you feel even more connected to the road. I have a sneaky feeling this is going to be a pretty special car. It's very smooth around the corners, the all-wheel drive system keeping you straight and narrow. You can notice a little bit of difference with the suspension going over bumps. It is a tiny, tiny little bit harsher, but not much. Corners wise, you can lean into it. There's not a sense of it rolling over in body roll, it's just pushing on those outside wheels. Okay, so pulling onto the same bit of dual carriageway. I think we started around 30 mile an hour. Oh my God. Will you drop back a little bit? And now press this magical boost flappy paddle. It's like a roller coaster. The noise, the feel, and that incredible pushback. It's the sensation you get when you're on one of those high G-force roller coasters that just shoot you off the line. It grips up literally instantly. There is no tailback, no wheel spin. As soon as that foot goes down, the instant torque kicks in and you're literally within a millisecond of your foot hitting the pedal, your head is on the back of that headrest. But that is what we love about the 5 Series when the M Division have had their hands on it. Look at the M5, for example. It is the perfect family car. You've got 5 doors, you've got loads of room, you've got plenty of boot space. You can sit and cruise in it, no issue whatsoever. But as soon as you want to put your foot down or you want to go for a bit of a blast and have a massive smile on your face, you're more than capable. This is the exact same. You've got your space in the boot, in the rear, you've got all your creature comforts. It's comfortable to sit and cruise on. Yet, all you have to do is put your foot down, or better yet, press boost and then put your foot down, and you're good to go. I think my smile alone is showcasing that. The best way to describe how this car drives is like the G60, but better and quicker. I think it's safe to say that the i5 is everything I expected an electrified 5 Series to be, and more. Both specs are fantastic. They drive great, they look great, they feel fantastic. But if I'm being honest, I think I'm quite taken with the M60. Absolute fantastic machine. But there we have it, guys. You all know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.